All right, looks like we are live here. Welcome everybody to my weekly Sunday live stream. I can't believe this is already number 24 already. It's really hard to believe that it's already been 24 of these dang things now at this point. It's pretty wild, but always really look forward to doing these. And I'm here today to answer y'all's questions. So any questions that you guys have for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer it. And I love doing this. I love seeing where the conversation goes. And, this is just to show my appreciation to everybody out there that watches my videos and supports my music and my art. It just really means the world to me. And this channel and this community is just full of just absolutely amazing people. So if you are brand new here, come on in and join the family. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. I always forget to do this, but it just helps getting the live stream out there, I guess, if you just hit the like button. So be sure to hit that, and it just again helps with getting these live streams out there. So I really appreciate that. And it's been a busy week here. I've been teaching like crazy here in my home studio, and been writing some new music as well, which I'm really excited about. And it's really coming together, man. I'm just really fired up. My goal for this year is to actually get a full-on record out there. So, it would be amazing, to, get this done this year. But we'll see what happens. Right now we have like 6 working tunes right now with different ideas, but we're really honing in on 2 particular songs that we both really like a lot. And so we're just in the process of writing this stuff. So I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned for all of that. I'm going to definitely try to get this stuff out there by the end of the year. Hopefully, that would be amazing if I could get a full-on record out this year. But we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for all that. And I'm also going to be sharing this stuff here on YouTube as well. So, normally within my videos, I do a lot of music intros where I'll write a solo guitar piece. And that's normally how I start off the video, but I'm going to eventually start sharing the original music with this amazing singer that I found, Chris. And go and check out our video too, by the way, if you haven't already, of our cover of this Zeppelin tune that we did, Rock and Roll. It just really came out great. And so be sure to check that out, but that's posted on my channel. I posted it, probably like a month ago now or something at this point, but really, really proud of that, and I'm really excited to see what we come up with. Let's see. We have Scott in the house here. Hey Scott, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, are you two playing drums and bass also on the record? So drums and bass, I'm just gonna hire on for that. We'll bring in some session guys to do this. So that's kind of the plan right now. But the first things first, we just got to actually write the material and write the music. So right now we have 2 songs that we're really, really excited about. And there's this one in particular that I just really feel is going to just do incredibly well. I just love the music. I love the riff, and I love the melody. I just really, really love this tune. So super excited about it. And it's just been really a long time coming, for years now. I mean, for the past 10 years, this is all I've done as a musician here in Nashville. I've always been for hire and backing up different artists and stuff, and I've never been able to find quite the right singer that I really liked. And that's why I never really put out my own music. I've only done the for hire thing. So it just feels so good to finally be able to do my own thing and to release my own music and just be in the process of just writing this stuff. And it's just been amazing with YouTube here as well, that I have this amazing community that I can share this music with. So I'm just so fired up for it. Well, let's see here. Scott says here, Keith Urban said he likes to write with a drum machine. Have you ever tried that? Yeah, of course. Drum machine, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's always good to have a drum machine, something to play to. It's just even like a looper or something, like as a guitar player, if you're soloing and you're trying to work on, improvising, you can record yourself and loop a guitar track or something, or, even a drum machine and play along to that, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So, I've definitely done that for sure. But, I just have so many ideas that come to my mind all the time, different riffs and different, different just musical ideas in general. And I probably have, I mean, God, I don't even know, like hundreds of different riffs and different ideas and stuff that I would love to just turn into songs. So that's eventually going to be the plan. Again, is putting out a full length record, and just really, really fired up for that. So definitely stay tuned for that. Really excited for that. But yeah, folks, once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer. Thank you once again for watching my most recent videos. I just am really fired up with this channel too. That's another thing. I feel the videos are just performing really well, and I've just been teaching like crazy. So thank you all so much for all the support, to all my students out there. I could not do this stuff without you guys, so I'm forever thankful for this. And it's just been amazing. YouTube has completely changed my life, and it's just been amazing to meet people here in town and just all over the world. That people stop me all the time, that they recognize me from the show, and they love the music and the videos. So I really do appreciate it. But this live stream is all about you guys. Whatever questions you guys have for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer. This is really just me showing my appreciation to everybody out there that watches my videos and supports my music and my art. I just am forever thankful for that. And, once again, thank you for listening, for watching these videos, and, appreciating my music and my art, But anyways, I went out yesterday. That was really, really crazy night last night here in Nashville, and this hour change, man, messed me up, man. I was not expecting that, man. It's still feels real early for me with doing this live stream, but it was a really fun night last night. Had a really good time, and just was throwing back some cold beer, and man, just laughing, and just listening to some great tunes, and it was a really, really good time. Nashville is just wild, man. I mean, it is just wild. Like, literally every night of the week here, there is something going on. There's a party, there's a gig, there's something happening, man. So it can definitely be a lot, but a lot of fun. Let's see here. James is in the house. Hey, James, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. He says here, when you first learned how to play guitar, did you take formal lessons, or are you mostly self-taught? So mostly self-taught. I did take some lessons early on, but really where I learned the most, honestly, was just playing with other musicians, playing with other people that were a lot better than me at the time, and, just getting out there and just taking gigs and just doing anything I could, even if that meant showing up at a blues jam or something like this, I was just trying to just get out there and just play, and just keep on getting better. And I really feel that is something that is really missing from today's players. Is like a lot of these guys are just bedroom warriors. They just play guitar in a bedroom. They don't go out and actually play with other musicians. And it is just so important. It's just crucial in learning. I mean, you have to play with other musicians and, play gigs, go out to these blues jams, just whatever you can do to just play music and get better at guitar or whatever instrument it is that you're playing. I just really highly recommend that. But that's, for me, man, like, I've mainly learned on the street here in Nashville. I learned from a lot of amazing musicians here, and this is now 10 years of knowledge that I've acquired here in Nashville, and this is all stuff that I teach all the time in my one-on-ones, so I really stand behind my one-on-one lessons. I think they're absolutely amazing, and it's amazing to see my students and how much that they have grown as a musician and as a guitar player. I mean, the knowledge of the stuff really, really works, and it's just an amazing platform as well. Just speaking about these one-on-ones, I mean, you're literally seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for the lessons. It's really professional, it's very pro quality, and it's just so cool because, my students get a recorded copy of the lesson at the end, So you can just simply download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. I mean, it is literally even better than an actual in-person lesson, in my humble opinion. I really, really feel that. But, it's just been great. So, for me, I'm mainly self-taught, just to get back to your question here. Mainly self-taught, but, I've just learned on the street, just by doing this stuff and actually getting hands-on, real world experience as a musician. So that's the only way that I've ever learned. But yeah, thanks so much for the question, James. Appreciate that. But yeah, once again, folks, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. Looks like we got another one here. Excuse me. Scott says here, do you get back to Columbus to visit your family much? Not all the time. I did play there last month, which was cool. So, of course, whenever I'm playing there in town, we'll definitely meet up and hang out for a bit. But Columbus is not that far away from Nashville. It's only like 5.5 hours, 6 hours. So, really not that far. But I definitely try to get up there whenever I can. But it's just kind of tough, man. It's hard, It's just hard to find the right time, and everybody's busy. So, not really all that much, honestly. But always fun to get back up there. A lot of cool places to go to in Columbus there. A lot of good restaurants, a lot of good, places to hang out at there for sure. It's not quite the small town that it used to be anymore. It's really grown a lot, actually, in more recent years, for sure. So it's pretty fun. But yeah, that's always cool. It's always fun to play up there. There's a big country music following up there, and a lot of venues, a lot of fests and stuff like this. So it's pretty fun, and it's also a college town as well. So of course you got Ohio State there, and there's a lot of clubs and a lot of venues and stuff all along the campus area there, and it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, there's that there. Trying to think of what else is new and exciting. I mean, really, I've just been writing as of late. I'm just really excited about it. I have some gigs coming up next month, which I'm excited about. This month, I'm a little slow in gigs right now, but it's honestly been nice to just have a lot of time to just be able to focus in on writing and focus in on my lessons and just keep making these videos here. So it's really been cool. And the lesson program has just been kicking ass. Like, it's just amazing, all the students that I have. And, it's just amazing to see, once again, my students grow. I mean, these guys are playing so much better now than when they first started. So it's just really fun. But let's see here. Ben is in the house. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Says here, wanted to pop in and say hi. Hope all is well, Justin. Cheers, everybody. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you here, Ben. Very loyal supporter here as well, along with Scott and James here. A lot of familiar names here that I recognize here on the live stream and on the channel here. But yeah, once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer. And, if you guys would like to support the channel, be sure to check out all of the links that I have down below in the description box. There's many ways that you can support this channel. I have a Venmo tip jar, a PayPal tip jar. You could throw a super chat here in today's live stream. And as I've been talking about, I do offer one-on-one online lessons. You're actually seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for these one-on-one lessons. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's just amazing with these lessons is that you'll actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end. So you can just simply download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. So for more information on this, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. That's jkm4231@gmail.com. And these lessons are just absolutely amazing, honestly. It's just incredible. I mean, I really spent the money and I really have put in a lot of effort in making sure that these lessons are going to be amazing. It's not just shot on a, iPhone with, crappy audio and crappy video. It's really solid. So, again, for more information on this, hit me up at jkm4231 at gmail.com. Let's see. Scott says here, do you know Tim Ave? No. Let's see. He just got a PRS hollow body with a piezo and two outputs so he can get both acoustic and electric at the same time. That's cool. Yeah, man. I'm not a big fan of the piezo stuff, just in my opinion. I don't really like the way that it sounds. It's just not the same, man, at all. I mean, I get it, like, for all the, no clarity and all this stuff, when you can run both of them together, you have the acoustic and the electric going, but I'm just not crazy about it, man, to be honest. The piezo stuff just doesn't sound good to me, but hey, to each their own. That's awesome. But yeah, so there's that there. Once again, it looks like we've got some more people joining up here, but once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. We've got Ty in the house here. Hey, Ty, how's it going? Says here, Justin with the peace emoji. Thanks so much, Ty. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Another very loyal supporter here. Oh, man. Trying to catch up on the coffee here. Still dragging a little bit. This hour ahead is messed me up, man. I feel like it's still earlier than it is, man. It's weird, but it's finally starting to break in the weather here in Nashville. It's been really nice. I went out last night. It was a little chilly at night, but during the day, man, it was beautiful. So that was just awesome yesterday. Had quite a lit night last night, and it's just Saturday night in Nashville is just crazy, man. I mean, it is just lit. So, but it's just funny again, like here in Nashville. I mean, man, it's like literally any day of the week. I feel like it's basically like a Saturday night. I mean, it just doesn't matter. Like it could be Monday, it could be Tuesday at 1 p.m. or something like this, and I mean, it's just crazy. And it's funny because there used to be like slow season here, so like January, February normally, which it is still a thing, definitely. But I tell you what, man, like in recent years, it just doesn't seem to slow down really hardly at all. I mean, it's just incredible. Like you go out, January, February on a Saturday night, or of course, or like even Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like this. I mean, it's busy, man. Like, and it's a lot busier than it used to be. So it's just pretty amazing. I mean, it's just really changed a lot here, and man, it is just wild. But fun town for sure. It just definitely gets expensive. It's definitely the thing. I mean, I tell you, man, just for a small Bud Light or a Miller Light or something like this, it's $10. I mean, $10 for a small beer, man. It's just crazy. And what's just so funny to me about the downtown thing, especially because I was downtown yesterday just hanging out, and it's just so funny. Like you go from club to club, and it's like all of the same songs just over and over and over again, but people just love it. They just love it. They love spending $10 on a beer, and just hearing whatever, fishing in the dark or whatever, and it's just funny. Like, God, I heard that song when I was walking around there yesterday. I heard that song probably 10 times between all of the different clubs, just walking along the street there. And it's just wild, but fun. But yeah, folks, once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box, and I'd be happy to answer. Let's see. Looks like here 1002 Northeast is in the house. Hey, man, how's it going? Good to see you here. Says here, which club has the best audio system on Broadway? Man, I would probably say Old Red or Luke Combs' new place, which used to be the Wild Horse Saloon. Actually, yeah, I'd probably just say the Wild Horse Saloon is what it used to be, but now it's Category 10 is what it's called. And it's just a beautiful venue. it was just the craziest thing because back in the day when it used to be the Wild Horse Saloon, they couldn't get like anybody there, man. I mean, I remember playing there and doing like, major showcases and all kinds of like big gigs there and stuff. But, it's just like, other than that, like nobody would show up. Like if it was a ticketed event at Wild Horse Saloon, of course people would be there. But, if they were just doing like usual Broadway stuff where they just have a Broadway band up there playing, like, man, it would just be dead. There'd be like nobody there. But I actually went there yesterday just to see what it was like, and it was busy as all hell there yesterday. It was packed, man. So that was a lot of fun, and they've done such a nice job with that place too. Like, it's just beautiful in there. I mean, they have this massive room, and it actually used to be even bigger when it was originally the Wild Horse Saloon, but they've kind of cut the size down of the room a little bit, and they've put a bar there. And then back in the day, there used to be a gift shop that's like, it was right to the right as soon as you walk in the place. And now they've turned that actually into a little stage as well now. So, and I mean, that place is just beautiful. It's super nice. And their thing used to be line dancing was kind of like the big draw there. And it's all owned and managed by the Opry. So, anything that they do is going to be really high quality stuff. It's going to be a great experience for everybody. And I just cannot recommend them enough. I mean, they just do amazing stuff. And if I do take any gigs down there as a musician, I would really only consider, those two really. I mean, the Opry venues, like Garth Brooks is pretty nice as well, but there's a couple new places that I haven't even really messed with, or I've never even played there actually. But really, the venues that the Opry manage and own are just going to be amazing for everybody. Whether you're just going there, just having a good time, or if you're performing, if you work there, it's just a really solid place there for sure. But Ty says here, great song. Yeah, Fish in the Dark, the classic, man. Can't go wrong. Let's see. Which hotel is best situated for being able to bar hop? We're thinking of going up in the summer. Oh, man, that's a good question. I mean, there's so many new ones now. I mean, God, it's crazy. I'm trying to think of one I seen there last night. I think it was called like the Moxie or something like this. That was like really, really the location there was just amazing. I think it was called the Moxie if I remember right. Moxie Hotel, Moxy, I think it was. But I'm trying to think of some other ones. Hell, I mean, there's so many hotels down there. It's all within walking distance. It's not. Unless you're really trying to stay like just off of Broadway. All of the hotels are going to be somewhat close there. So pretty much anywhere downtown, I mean, I think that would be fine. So, let's see. Scott says here, have you seen Billy Gibbons in Nashville? Looks like he makes guest appearances when other artists play. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's a very common thing here in Nashville. It's crazy. I mean, if you go to just about any show here, whether it's a rock show, if it's country, whatever, you're most likely going to run into people there at the show. Maybe they're backstage, or they can't even be in the crowd as well. But yeah, I have all kinds of stories, man, of running into people. I haven't run into Billy Gibbons in particular, but yeah, I mean, you just run into people all the time here, for sure. So, let's see. 1002 Northeast says, we will check out the Moxie. Thanks. Have you ever heard of a singer named Brooke Eden? No, I don't think so. Brooke Eden. No, that doesn't ring a bell. But what kind of music? I'd be curious. But once again, folks, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer. And I do just want to take the time to mention once again that I really appreciate everybody's support here on the channel. It's just been really amazing. I'm I'm trying to get some more videos out there, but I've just been super busy with teaching and playing and writing. So, stay tuned. I've got some more stuff going on, and I was laughing, man. I posted a video the other day, and actually 1002 Northeast sent me an email, and and actually had left a comment on it, and I was just laughing because, man, I got distracted, and I completely forgot to edit out the ending of this video, and just piece it all together, and I didn't even think about it. I just got distracted because Chris stopped by, and we started writing, and we started making some music and stuff. So I just ended up posting it real quick, and I just completely forgot to edit that out. But thanks for the comment there, 1002 Northeast. I do appreciate that, and to remind me of that, because sometimes, man, I just get distracted. Like, I'm not the best at editing this stuff, and I just get so distracted so easily. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, that's good. Like, I thought I already edited it, and I just posted it. But anyways, it worked out all right. It was fine. So, but yeah, that's definitely something I'm trying to get better at, making these videos. I'm not that's definitely not a strength of mine for sure. But I think it's cool. Like, people are very understanding of these videos, and I think a lot of people just really appreciate and respect my music. And honestly, I would much rather be known for my music than for my video making, to be honest. So it's just cool. People are just super fans here on this channel, and I just really appreciate all the support once again. Let's see. Scott says here, what's that piece of equipment at your right shoulder? Looks like old stereo gear. Oh no, this here you're talking about, that's just a little rack. So that is the amp heat amp switcher, which is on top there. And what that basically is it's basically just a patch bay. So I could run all of the amps that I have upstairs here in my studio, and I can just very easily turn around here and be able to select whatever amps that I want, and also whatever cabinet that I want as well. So I have a couple cabinets up here as well, and whatever amp that I'm trying to play, whether it's a deluxe reverb, if it's the diesel there, if it's the blonde bassman, I can very easily just plug my guitar up into the switcher, and then I'm able to just instantly change to whatever amp that I want. So it's really convenient, and it's just really amazing to have it up here, because whenever I'm recording or I'm writing, I just don't really want to mess around with having to hook up all of these different amps and cabinets and run all these cables and stuff. Like, everything is already patched up. It's totally ready to go. And it's just really convenient. It's really, really convenient. And it just works great, And that's the whole thing for me with my studio, is I have it all set up to where I can record something instantly. I don't have to wait around. I can just instantly hit record and get the ideas recorded and down. And that's really how I want my studio to be, because when that inspiration strikes, you gotta move on it. You gotta record it immediately so that you don't lose it. And that's what's hard, man. It's hard to find that inspiration, because it just comes and goes, and for me, I'm very creative. I write all the time, and ideas come to me all the time. But sometimes some ideas are just better than others, And so finding that inspiration is just everything. That is really everything. And that's why for me, I love vintage guitars. I love, like the vintage 335. I love, this stuff that I have here. It's all for the inspiration. That's the whole idea with all of this stuff. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that. They don't really get that. Really, as an artist, as a musician, that's what everybody is trying to find. They're trying to get that inspiration any way they can. But yeah, that's that there. The amp heat amp switcher, really cool there, and super convenient. Let's see. She's country. Garth Brooks has taken her under his wing. On a different note, that's cool. Let's see. On a different note, I was testing out a bunch of Les Pauls. I never thought about getting one until you spoke so highly of them. I like them. Yeah, man, definitely. Les Pauls are just always great for tone. You got to have a Les Paul. I mean, really, if you're going to have, any electric guitar, I would say a Les Paul, a Strat, and a Tele. That's really all you need. And you could swap the Les Paul for an SG if you wanted. And I kind of do this dance like I go back and forth on what's my favorite because I love Les Pauls. I love the fat, just, chirpy custom buckers, especially like the R9 Les Pauls that I have. This guitar, I only have one, but this guitar here, it's just kick ass. And it's just awesome, man. It has the custom buckers here, which is what I'm talking about, these pickups. And they're just real chirpy. And these R9s are very consistent, I've got to say. I mean, I've played a bunch of them, and I think the neck profile feels good on it. It's very, 59, and which is, of course, why they call it the R9, right? It's all just modeled after the original 59 Les Paul. But, yeah, I mean, these custom buckers sound really good. They're real chirpy. And that's really what I go for, with the Les Pauls. I want it to be a fatter telly, basically. But with an SG, what's cool with an SG, hold on a second. What's cool with an SG is they're very mid-rangey, in comparison to a Les Paul. A Les Paul is going to be, much fatter and just have a much bigger guitar sound, whereas an SG, it's going to be much smaller and much more mid-rangey, which is really great within a mix. And a lot of the time, too, the SGs are very light as well. They're very lightweight, and they just kick ass, man. So I kind of do this dance, like I was saying, like of what's my favorite. Sometimes the SG is my favorite, sometimes the Les Paul is my favorite. And, man, my friend Ford has this amazing SG that I just need to play. And just talking about SGs just makes me think of that guitar. I need to check it out. So it's a 63 Les Paul, technically is what it is, but it's the SG body, that everybody knows. But yeah, Les Pauls are always great for tone. I would try to find one that's around 8 pounds. You don't want something that's going to be, 10, 11 pounds. I mean, some of the Les Paul customs, like especially the reissue stuff, it is crazy how different that those guitars are in comparison to the vintage ones. They're just completely different. So I would probably stay away from that. But for me, an R9, that is the Les Paul to get, for sure. Try to find one that's a little bit lighter. And, those custom buckers sound good, too, man. Like I was talking about with those pickups. I mean, they sound great, man. Honestly, they just really kick ass. So check it out. Let's see. Scott says here, do you collect microphones also? No, I don't, man. I just have a few mics, just the mics that I'm actually using. I do have several mics though, just for all of the different things that I do here in my studio. I really like the SM7, that's actually what I'm talking into right now. And, I would get better tone off of the mic if I had it like right to my mouth, but I think it sounds fine here for the live stream. But I'm using that right now, and then of course I do have another one as well that I use that's just patched up for recording. So whether I'm recording my voice for videos or vocal or whatever, I have that mic ready to go. And then I just have a Royer 121 and a Shure SM57. And that's for recording guitars. So, let's see. Scott says here, to me, the shape of the SG makes the neck feel longer. Yeah. It's just that long neck. Yeah, I mean, it's, the SGs kick ass, man. I love it, for sure. They're amazing. Let's see. I don't see the need for a relic-styled instrument. Those R9s are nice. If I want just a great new Les Paul, what's the target guitar, I think is what you meant to say there. What's the target guitar to look at? What do I stay away from? Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I like with the Murphy Lab Les Pauls is that the finish on them are very light, and for me that guitar that I was just showing there, it's a light aged model, which there is some relicking done to it, but I just like how the finish is so light on the guitar. That's the big thing with a lot of the current production Les Pauls and just Gibson in general is like their standard or studio or any of that stuff. They just finish the guitar so much and it's such a heavy finish and it just really affects the tone of the guitar. And I just don't understand why they do that. I just will never understand it, but it just is what it is. I guess maybe it's a marketing thing to get you to buy the Murphy Lab, which is insanely expensive. They're very expensive, but honestly, the light aged Murphy Lab R9 is a great guitar. Play a lot of them though, because they all are different. They're all different, and I would just sit down with them, man, and check it out. But those custom buckers sound really good again. They're very consistent. I mean, the ones that I've probably played, I don't know, 20 of them, something like this. I mean, they're all very consistent. They're around the same weight. The 59 neck profile is the one to get. That's my favorite, at least, for a Les Paul. But yeah, I would just look at that, man. Honestly, I mean, if you could swing it, the R9 is great. It's kind of crazy, like their relicking that they do there. It's like they have a light aged, a medium age, I think it's called or something, and then ultra heavy and all this. And per relic level, it goes up $1,000 basically, depending on how much relicking that you get. It's going to be more and more expensive. So the ultra heavy relicking is like insanely expensive. So there's really no need for that, but the light aged is great. It's very tasteful. It's not too much, and it's just again a very light finish. So that's really what I would go for. It's just a Murphy Lab R9 Les Paul. And let's see, lighter guitars sound better in general. No, not necessarily true. I don't think that's true. I just don't like a really heavy Les Paul because just for gigging and stuff, I just don't want to have to, have a 10 or 11 pound Les Paul. Um, it's just too heavy, and I just personally would rather find one that's around 8 pounds because that's just what I prefer. So not necessarily true. They don't always sound better. It's just there's so many factors, man, with these electrics and just guitars in general, as far as what makes it sound better. It's just there's so many things, man, and they're all different. And at the end of the day, it's all about what you like and what you are inspired with. So, and wouldn't they sustain more? No, no, not necessarily true. It's really all about, I mean, the two most important parts on a electric guitar, honestly, as far as how the stuff sounds and how much it's going to sustain, actually, are, I'll just grab the guitar again. It's really all about how the string is sitting here. I'll move this. It's all about how the string is sitting in the saddle here and how it's also going through the nut here. If this string is binding up here in the nut, your tuning stability is just not going to be there. It's going to be awful, and it's not going to stay in tune at all. But it really depends on these saddles, and this really does make a huge difference as far as the overall tone of the guitar. If you use metal saddles, if you use nylon saddles, and even for sustain, how the string is sitting here on the saddle, it is just so important that it's sitting right here on the saddle. And it is crucial for sustain. But that said, this guitar, like if you were to compare it with a 59 Les Paul, like a real one, the thing that drives me nuts about a lot of these guitars is, and this is just something with reissues in general that are just across the board. It doesn't matter what reissue Gibson you have. Once you get up here to like the 12th or 15th fret, the sustain in comparison to a real one is just not even close. I mean, you'll bend a note here and it'll ring for a little bit, but it doesn't ring for days like a real 59 Les Paul. I mean, man, you play a real one, and that note, it just rings for days, man. It's the craziest thing. And it is so different, man. The originals in comparison to this. But that said, I really don't want to spend 300 or 400,000 on a Les Paul. I mean, I would love to have one day, but never say never. But man, this will work for right now. So. But yeah, it's so important how the string is sitting in that saddle and how it's traveling through the nut there. So crucial. Let's see. Godson's in the house. Hey, Godson, how's it going, man? Good to see you, bro. Says here, good morning, Justin. When are we going to listen to your original music? Cannot wait, man. Thanks so much, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that. We are currently working on it right now. Chris just stopped by the other day, and man, we have really like 6 working ideas right now, but we have 2 songs in particular that we are really fired up about. We are so excited about it. So stay tuned, man. It's definitely coming along. It's just it's gonna take a lot of time. Just with writing the material, finding the time to do it, because everybody has their own thing going on. And everybody's got to make a living and everything. But it's just gonna take a little bit of time. But we are really excited about it, man. Chris stopped by the other day here, and we really are excited about these 2 tracks that we have going. And I think this one in particular is just a hit, man. I love the music. I love the riff, the melody. I'm just so fired up. I'm really, really stoked to release it. So thanks so much, Godson. Really appreciate that. Good to see you as well. Let's see. Ashley Weaver's in the house. Hey, Ashley, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. It says here, any thoughts on 2-rock amps? Yeah. I'm not crazy about them, to be completely honest. It's just my own opinion. It's just not for me. I would much rather just have a Fender Bassman than have any of those. And what I don't like with the 2-rock stuff, just in my opinion, is like it feels so stiff. And I love how with like a Fender Bassman, it's very, there's just a feel difference there, and there's a low end thing that you get off of the Fender Bassman, and it's just killer, man. I love Fender amps. I mean, they're just amazing, and there's just really no need to get a 2-rock, to be honest. When you could just get a Fender Bassman, I think it sounds better, and they're much cheaper. I mean, the price on those amps are just crazy expensive, just in my humble opinion. But to each their own. I know a lot of people that do like those as well. So it's whatever works for you. And again, this is just my opinion. So. But thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate it. But yeah, once again, folks, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer. And if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys want to support the channel, feel free to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream. Any and all support is really appreciated. I just donate my time here with these live streams. I don't make much of anything, actually nothing at all on these. So any and all support is really appreciated. And I do want to take the time to mention that I offer one-on-one online lessons. You're actually seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for these lessons. It's all shot on a 4K definition camera, and it's all pro video, pro audio. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you'll actually get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end, so you could just simply download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. And the platform just works so well. It is incredible. I mean, it is literally as if we were sitting right next to each other, in real time. There's no glitching up. There's no freezing up. It just works incredibly well. So for more information on this, hit me up today at jkm4231@gmail.com. That's jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing and your musicianship to the next level. Thanks once again for listening. Let's see here, 1002 Northeast says here, what mic will you use to record Chris's vocals? Man, I'm not sure yet. We're still, very much at the beginning stage of everything, so I haven't really thought about it. I mean, as far as the stuff here on YouTube, whenever we're going to do the intros, I'm just going to use, excuse me, sorry. I'm just going to use a SM7, and I love the way that mic sounds. I mean, even on the cover that we did of that Zeppelin tune, that was just an SM7 on that, and I thought it sounded killer. So I'll just use that for here at the home studio. But as far as when we actually go in the studio to record, that's going to be a collaborative effort, with the producer and what Chris likes and what we all like. So haven't really thought about that yet, but I'm really excited to find out what we end up using for sure. And there's just nothing better, man, than being in the studio and creating and just, creating music and just seeing it all come together. It's just awesome. So, really excited about it. And I think we have something really special here. I mean, between Chris's vocal ability and my guitar playing and the music that I'm writing, his vocal ability and that he can sing anything and his ear is amazing. I just really feel like we have something really special there. So stay tuned. I've got a bunch of stuff coming up, and I have hundreds of ideas. So I just send it over to Chris, and I'm like, hey man, check this out, check this out, check this out. And we just are trying to kind of narrow down everything right now, just to figure out like, okay, we really like these two songs, so let's work on these two. So that's what we're really trying to do right now, is just kind of narrow it all down so that we have, targeted focus as far as what songs to actually work on and what to write to. So it's definitely going to take time for sure, but I'm hoping by the end of the year I have a record out there, for you guys to listen to. So that's really the goal, is to try to get this out there by the end of the year. And I'm just so stoked. So let's see. Godson says here, I agree, really special team. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Also says here, if I was in Nashville, I would play bass for you. Nice, man. Yeah, hell yeah. That's awesome, man. I love that. That's great. Let's see. MJ recorded on SM7s. Bruce Sweden, hopefully I said that name right, approved of that mic. It has a nice mid-range compression effect. Do you use Royers for your cabinet? Yeah, definitely. The SM7s are just amazing. I mean, they're phenomenal mics, and it's really, you could really use it on just about anything. I mean, whether it's vocal, you could mic up literally anything with an SM7 or even a 57 for that matter. Same thing. And those are only $99. Shure just makes amazing microphones in general. But yes, I use the Royer 121, and it's a combination of the 57 with a Royer. That's just a tried and true combination. And to me, I just feel that mic combination really captures the guitar sound. I mean, you're not missing anything from that combination. You get all the low end from the Royer, and then you get the bite and the mid-range from the 57, and it just sounds phenomenal. I mean, I think it is the best mic combination for electric guitar ever. There's literally nothing better, in my humble opinion. But yeah, SM7s for vocal is excellent. So I just think Shure makes amazing microphones, and I mean, hell, I've got two of them. I actually also have this SM7DB, which is cool, and that's kind of the thing with these SM7s is like they have very low output, so you normally have to run like a cloud lifter is what the piece of gear is called, where it just adds clean gain to the microphone so that you can get a little bit more output out of it, and while keeping the noise down, instead of trying to add gain like within the DAW there, like you could just run it into your system, and with this cloud lifter, it's just like a little buffer thing, in between whatever, you want to call it, if it's a buffer or whatever, like it just adds clean gain. That's all it does. But it just really helps out with adding output to the overall mic. And I have one that's an original SM7, but I have this SM7DB as well, which actually has that built into the microphone. So it's really cool. You don't even have to have the separate box for it. You can just run this one microphone and sounds great. So let's see here. Godson says here, what do you think about 212 versus 412 cabs for classic Marshall tone? Man, I love the Bogner cabinets. I think they sound absolutely amazing. I just have a 212. I think that's plenty of air, and you get the best of both worlds. You know, it's a smaller cabinet, so it's a tighter, more focused tone, but you also get the big, depth to the guitar sound like a 412 would be. So I just find that 212s are just like the perfect combination. It's like the best of both worlds. I do have a Bogner 112 as well, which is totally different sounding. It's such a small cabinet, and it's much tighter, very focused guitar sound and very small guitar sound, but that could be really cool with the Marshall thing if you're trying to get a really tight, focused guitar sound. Now, with the 212, you get a much bigger sound, but it's still tight and focused. So, to me, the 212 is the ultimate, but there is nothing like plugging up a 412, when you just move air like that. And just that experience, man, it's just such a big guitar sound. And there's just nothing like it, man. There's nothing like a 412. So, it's really hard to say. I mean, for me, I prefer a 212. I do like 412s as well, though, So, just get both. Let's see here. It says here, and what are your favorite speakers? Oh, man, good question. So, man, that's hard. It's hard to narrow it down to just one. I really like the 65s, the Celestion 65s, that is. I have vintage ones. They're from the early 80s. And Marshall made a cabinet with those speakers back in the 80s that was for the JCM 800. And if you can find a cabinet with those old 65s in there, man, those just kick ass. They sound amazing for the Marshall sound. And those are probably up there as some of my favorites. But, I love greenbacks. I love, what else do I like? I mean, greenbacks. Vintage 30s are a sound for sure. I think if you're going for like a higher gain kind of thing, the vintage 30s are cool. But I prefer greenbacks to vintage 30s. But yeah, really the 65s, the greenbacks, I mean, EVs are also cool as well. They sound really good, but they're really heavy. So if you have a 412 with 4 EVs, that's going to be heavy as all hell. So that's the thing with those, but they don't color the guitar sound like Celestions do, and that's the thing. Like, you really got to experiment with the speaker because it really is going to make a massive difference on the overall guitar sound, and this is something that people don't really understand, is they think like maybe buying a new tube amp, a tube head or something like this is gonna, make a huge difference. And, of course, if you're comparing Fender, Vox, or Marshall, those are the 3 main guitar sounds. So those are going to be different, but really the speaker is going to make a major, major difference in the overall guitar sound. So it's really crucial to find the right speaker. But yeah, just to get back to your question here, just to sum it up, my favorites are 65s, the vintage ones from the 80s. I like greenbacks, and those are probably my 2 favorite. I do like EVs as well. And, I do like vintage 30s for the high gain thing. That is a tone. That is definitely a sound. But anyways, Michael Davis is in the house. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says, hey, man, which Royer do you recommend? I recommend the 121. It's just the Royer 121, and it's a combination of the 121 with the 57. That's all it is. But the thing is when you're running both of these microphones, you have to get them in phase. That's the big thing with running 2 microphones, If they're not in phase, it's going to sound terrible. So you got to make sure that they're totally in phase. Let's see. 1002 Northeast is in the house, and it says here, a lot of people swear by those cloud lifters. Does the Royer require phantom power? No, Royer doesn't require phantom power, and excuse me. The cloud lifters are just great. I mean, they're amazing. It really helps out the SM7 just with getting more output, and that is definitely a drawback though with the SM7 just in general is they're very low output. But now they make this microphone called the SM7DB, and it actually has that thing built into the mic. So it's pretty slick. It's pretty cool. You don't even have to have the separate box anymore. So, let's see. We have Bjorn in the house. Hey, man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. It says here, thoughts on Alnico speakers. Man. I don't know, really. I haven't really messed with those off the top of my head. I don't think I've really ever experimented with them. I've mainly just been a Celestion guy. That's normally what I like to use and what I think sounds good. I like the old 65s, like I was just saying. I like greenbacks. I like vintage 30s for the high gain thing, just to get a lot of definition and a lot of top end for the high gain thing. Creambacks are cool also. They sound good. But for me, definitely the 65s are my favorite. They just sound amazing. So, let's see. Is your 57 the old bullet style? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, just the usual 57 design. Nothing fancy. It's just the $99 mic you can get at Guitar Center or Sweetwater or whatever. It just is phenomenal. I mean, everybody has to have a 57, They're just so versatile, and you could do just about anything with it. You could record vocal. You could throw it on a snare drum. You could literally anything. You could mic up with a 57, and it will sound good. It's crazy, man, how good that those mics are. And they're some of the cheapest mics available. That's the big thing. That's the drawback with the Royer, man. They are pretty pricey for sure, but I just love the way that combination sounds, man. It's just phenomenal. Man. But man, great engagement here in today's live stream. Really appreciate everybody being here. This really means the world to me. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. And, if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys want to support the channel, check out all the links that I have down below in the description box. If you guys want to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support is really appreciated. I don't make anything on these live streams whatsoever. So, any and all support is really appreciated. I just donate my time just because I really appreciate everybody out there watching my videos. It just really means the world to me. And this community is just amazing. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you are brand new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel and, check out my videos. I have a bunch of content up there. And, I go live here every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, bring your questions and, this is what I'm here for. These Sunday live streams are all about you guys, But I also want to take the time to mention that I offer one-on-one online lessons. These lessons are just absolutely amazing. It's all shot on a 4K camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's just amazing with these lessons is that you actually will get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end. So you can just simply download the video and rewatch it as many times as you want. So for more information on this, hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. That's jkm4231@gmail.com. Also linked down below in the description box. Thanks so much for listening. Let's see here. 1002 Northeast says Coke or Pepsi. Man, I don't drink either, actually. I mainly just drink water and beer. So I don't actually drink either, man, honestly. I don't drink Coke and Pepsi or any of that. I like Red Bull, but I don't really drink a lot of that either. You know, stuff's pretty bad for you, so try to stay off that. But I pretty much just drink water and beer and maybe some vodka every now and again, like one of those like seltzers or something like High Noon or something like this. It's really good stuff. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I like. I mean, that and coffee too. I drink a lot of coffee, but not a big Coke or Pepsi guy. I don't drink either. And we've got CZ in the house. Hey CZ, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here with the heart emoji. Appreciate that. And 1000 says CZ. Yep, very loyal supporter here. And she says here, dang it, I'm new here only because I'm late today. All good. All good. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. As always. Let's see. William is in the house. Hey William, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Says here, how would you cover a Marshall sound if you're playing a gig with a Fender Deluxe Reverb? Man, wonderful question. This is a great question. And I actually have the pedal right here on my desk that I could share with you. Check this out, man. This is a dang Bogner. Try to get this to focus. Here we go. Bogner Lagrange. This here is modeled after a Marshall Plexi. And it just sounds killer, man. It sounds great. They have this knob here called the channel blend. I'll get that to focus in again there. Yeah. And basically all this is like you're just blending in the bass channel with the treble channel. And it just sounds awesome, man. I could do a gig with this and an HX1 from Line 6 Effects, and it would sound kick-ass into a deluxe reverb. So this is what I like to use, and that is one thing. You know, I have this pedal board that has like 5 pedals on it, and I did a video on it. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but that's the one thing that is limiting with that setup is I normally like to have 2 gain stages on a pedal board. Something that's just going to be EQ'd totally differently and, has some more gain and stuff. The thing is with that 5 pedal board is, I just have the light speed and then the RC, which I am able to elevate the amount of gain, but I just like to have 2 different gain stages. I like to have something that's hotter and much higher gain, and that Bogner Lagrange is just phenomenal for the Marshall tone. So that's a great pedal. Even the Bogner Ecstasy Blue is also very good, which it's still the same enclosure. It's just all blue, and it has a boost here as well for leads, which is cool. And that's another great pedal that I used for years was the Ecstasy Blue, which is based on the blue channel of the Ecstasy 101B. And that's my favorite channel on that amp. It just sounds amazing. So that's what I do. I love the Bogner stuff. I think it's phenomenal. And it's amazing how good that these pedals sound. I mean, they sound like an amp. So, I mean, there's a lot of pedals that claim that they do, but they really don't. But the Bogner stuff really sounds great. Let's see. 1000 says here, have you ever tried those noiseless pickups that Fender is using on some of their new Strats? Good you don't drink sodas. I had a close call with pancreas issues. Oh, man. Yeah, I've tried the noiseless pickups. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't really like the way they sound. But yeah, definitely I'm not big on soda. I don't actually drink it at all. I just don't like the taste of it, man, honestly. I just drink a lot of water, and I drink beer, vodka, coffee. That's pretty much it. But let's see. Taylor 40th is in the house. How's it going? Thanks so much for being here. It says here, can you talk about importance of improving your ear for intentional playing? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's everything. It's all about what you're hearing. It's all about what you're hearing. That is the biggest thing. And, this is something that I go over all the time within my one-on-one lessons. I teach people from all over the world, and I have all kinds of concepts and all kinds of stuff that I go over to develop your ear. I mean, it's absolutely crucial. It's absolutely crucial. And, it's all about what you're hearing in your head. That is literally everything. With any instrument, it doesn't matter if you're playing guitar, literally anything with music, it's all about what you're hearing, just in general. That is what makes everybody so different as a player. What I hear is going to be different from what you hear. What you hear is going to be different from what I hear, and everybody is just different. And that's what makes every guitar player so unique, is it really comes down to what you're hearing. And some people's ears are just better than others, to be honest. Some people just have a natural ability that, they're able to just hear stuff. And, for me, that's how I am. I hear stuff all the time. I hear melodies and stuff in my head, and I just hear stuff all the time. That's why I'm able to create all this stuff all the time, because it just comes into my head randomly. I'll hear something, and then I just have a very simple home studio to where I'm able to just very easily record these ideas down, and I can get really good results. So that's how I set up this whole studio too, so that as soon as that happens, as soon as I get the idea, or as soon as that inspiration strikes, I'm able to instantly record it down. Because it's hard, man. Sometimes the inspiration comes in and, you have to just capture it immediately, because you could lose the inspiration. And it's just weird. It just comes and goes, But that is literally everything. I mean, it's all about, what it is that you're hearing. It's literally everything. Excuse me. William says here, thanks, Justin. No problem, man. Thanks for being here. And CZ says here, just something that I go over all the time. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But Michael says here, I wanted to point out that the Royer 121 can be bought via Justin Sweetwater link with 36-month financing. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah, y'all can buy a dang Royer 121 through Sweetwater. Check out the link down below. I gave Sweetwater Music my top picks for my favorite gear. And it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. It's just a cool way to support the channel. If you're already looking to buy some kind of gear, I just get a small little commission off the sale. But it does not cost you guys anything extra. So, if you want a great microphone, go out and buy a Royer 121. It's a phenomenal mic. And blend that with a 57. It's just a phenomenal combination for recording guitar. But that said, you could buy any kind of gear. If you want a deluxe reverb, if you want a diesel, if you want a new mandolin or something. I think Sweetwater sells mandolins, if I remember right. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you could buy there. So check that out. And also, once again, folks, if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys want to support the channel, check out all of the links that I have down below in the description box. Feel free to throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar or even a super chat here in today's live stream. Any and all support is really appreciated. I don't make anything on these live streams. I just donate my time here, and I just love sharing my appreciation, showing my appreciation for everybody that watch my videos and supports my music and my art, So these live streams are all about you guys, but ultimately at the end of the day, I literally make nothing on these live streams. So any and all support is really appreciated. But let's see. CZ says here, okay, I'm late, and maybe you already shared with us the information, but I'm interested in your new project and when we're going to get to hear what you guys got cooking. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. That is so nice. Yeah. I've gone over it a couple times here in today's live stream, but all good. It's totally fine. We are currently working on stuff right now. We have 6 working ideas right now, but he came over the other day here, and we have 2 songs in particular that we are really diving in deep with. We're really excited about it, and it's coming together. It's really coming together. We just gotta keep writing, keep getting some more music written, and more lyrics and more melodies and stuff. So it's just gonna take time. It's just gonna take time, but we are so excited about it. I mean, it's just gonna be amazing. And I think this one song that we have in particular is just a hit, man. It's phenomenal. The music is amazing. The stuff that we have going here is just incredible, and I think the combination of Chris's vocal with my guitar playing and just this collaboration, it's just amazing. It's an incredible team, and he's such a great guy, and we had so much fun here the other day in my home studio. We were just writing and jamming and just, listening to music and stuff, and it was just so fun, and I honestly have not felt that way, and I've not felt this excited about the music that I've been doing in a long time, in a really long time. And it just feels so good because for so many years, I've done the for hire thing where I'm backing up these different artists and I'm touring around, and that stuff is fine and it's fun and it's a great way to make a living at this. But, it's not my own music, so it's not as personal and it's just not the same feeling, so it just feels so good to finally have my own thing. And it's just wonderful to have a community that I can share this stuff with, So thank you so much for asking. I really do appreciate that. And we are really excited. So stay tuned. Let's see. Bjorn says here, any problem with tinnitus? No, man, I don't have any tinnitus. I've always been very careful with my ears, because it's everything, as I was saying earlier. I mean, it's all about what you're hearing within music, and for me, I'm very careful with how loud that I'm listening to stuff. And even on stage, like I'll throw in a set of in-ears, like if we're on wedges or something, and I'll just use the in-ears just as buds just to cover my ears so that, I don't have any ringing after the gig or anything. So I've always been really good about that. And, that's also something that I would recommend to everybody out there is like, if you are running in-ear monitors, really be careful in how high that you have the pack set, because you just never know, when you're working with these monitor engineers, sometimes, man, they get real excited, man, and they, throw faders up and stuff, and it can be so loud. And, it's obviously a direct impact here because you have these in-ears in your actual ears. So just really be careful with that. And that's also something I do like during sound check is like I'll always keep the volume down real low and then just slowly but surely like just bring it up, just a little bit. And then once the sound check is complete, then set your volume on the in-ear pack, because you just never know, when you're first checking sounds, especially at like a club or something like this, you never know where the stuff was set. So just really be careful with that for sure. But fortunately, no problem with that. Let's see. 1000 says here, what boutique amp manufacturers make amps you like? Man, I'm not a big, boutique amp guy or boutique guitar guy. I really like Fender, Vox, and Marshall, and those are my favorites. I love the Diesel as well that I have there. I don't know. I guess you would consider that boutique, I guess. So I guess maybe that is one, but that's really the only amp that I like that like is like a multi-channel amp. Normally, I like an old Fender, like a Blonde Bassman there, or a Marshall Plexi, or Vox AC30 or 15. I honestly love AC15s. They sound amazing. But, yeah, I'm not really a big boutique guy, I like Matchless, I guess. They make great Voxes, The DC30 is a great amp. But, it's all based on one of those three sounds a lot of the time with these boutique amp guys. It's always a take on a Marshall or a Fender or a Vox, and for the prices that they're charging, I mean, I would rather just get the real thing. I mean, at that point, it's just kind of silly, like some of these Two Rock amps or whatever, they're selling for $5,000 or $6,000 for a dang tube amp. I mean, I would rather just get the real vintage thing that amp is based on, like, and it sounds way better. It sounds way better. So I think a lot of that stuff is all just hype, and you definitely don't need to spend, that kind of money on a boutique amp. I would much rather get the real deal, the vintage amp that sounds kick ass a lot of the time. I mean, of course, they're all different, but when it comes to that price point, I mean, I would much rather just find a great vintage Marshall Plexi. So, let's see. CZ says here, I thought I removed that message. I was on my phone when I first started, and it doesn't like to talk with me. It only likes to talk for me. All good, no problem. And CZ says here, we love you. Thank you. Well, I love all you guys. So, again, thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you guys. And I do have a Venmo tip here from 1002 Northeast. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Give you some sound effects. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. But, if you guys would like to support the channel, once again, check out all of the links down below in the description box. There's many ways you can support this channel. So any and all support, again, is really, really appreciated. I just donate my time with doing this. I don't make anything as far as these live streams go. So any and all support is really appreciated. And once again, I do offer one-on-one online lessons. Hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. But, with all of that said, these are online lessons, but really they are consultations. So it's all about you guys. It's whatever that you guys want to get out of these one-on-ones. Of course, we can make it into a guitar lesson if you want, or if you want to just simply learn more about the music business in Nashville, it's entirely up to you guys and wherever that you want to go with these one-on-ones. So again, for more information on this, hit me up. My email is linked down below. It says jkm4231@gmail.com. And the thing is this is all shot on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio, and you're actually seeing and hearing the exact setup that I use for these one-on-ones. And it's just awesome, man. You can download the video at the very end of the lesson, and you can rewatch it as many times as you want. And the platform is so good. It just works so well. It is incredible. So again, for more info on this, hit me up at jkm4231@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. And I do have another Venmo notification here. Thank you, William. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Give you some sound effects. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your love. Really do appreciate it. Any and all support is really appreciated. Again, I don't make much of anything on these live streams. Actually, nothing at all. So it's, there's that, but it just is what it is. So, I just love showing my, appreciation for everybody. And, I just really appreciate everybody watching this stuff and supporting my music and my art. It just really means the world to me. So it's been amazing. I have such loyal fans and such loyal supporters, and I am forever thankful to all of you guys. I could not do this without you. So I cannot do any of this without you guys. Let's see. CZ here with a ear emoji. And C-Dog says here, sound effects might need to go. No, man. They're not going anywhere. They're fun. Let's see. MarshTube says here, good day, been a while. Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks so much for being here, man. Really appreciate that. It definitely has been a while. Where you been? You out traveling, or what's going on? What's new and exciting? But yeah, folks, once again, check out all of the links down below in the description box. There's many ways that you can support this channel. Whether it's throwing a little love in the Venmo tip jar or the PayPal tip jar, or even a super chat here in today's live stream, any and all support, again, is really appreciated. I offer one-on-one online lessons, and I am a Sweetwater Music affiliate partner as well. And, if you guys are looking to purchase any kind of gear, whether that's a Royer 121 or if it's a new Gibson acoustic or if it's a diesel VH4, you can just simply click the link down below, and I just get a small little commission off of the sale. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra. It's just a cool way to support the channel. if you're already looking to buy some kind of gear. Again, it doesn't cost anything extra. I just get a small little commission off of it. And check out my top picks, man. I gave Sweetwater Music my top picks of some of my favorite gear. And check all that out. And it's just amazing with Sweetwater how much gear that they sell. I mean, they have everything there. It is crazy. Let's see. What's the furthest north you've ever played? Maybe Canada. Yes, Canada. Yep, that's the furthest north I've ever played. Yep. Yeah, Canada. I did Boots and Hearts Festival there, which was cool. It's a massive country music fest, and it was lit, man. It was a really good time. There's a huge, huge country music fan base up there for sure in Canada there, so it's pretty cool. But yep, Canada, done that. But man, I've already been going here for about an hour and 20 minutes now at this point. So this has really been an amazing live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for all the amazing engagement. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. I've got a bunch more videos coming up here. And, I go live here every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So come on back. I go every single Sunday. I'm here. I'm live here on YouTube. Sometimes I'm out on the road, so it may be from a hotel room, but if I'm home here in Nashville, I go live here from my home studio. And it looks like here we got a super chat here from CZ. Thank you so much, CZ. Really appreciate it. She says here, my late fee. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Give you some sound effects. Just for you, C-Dog. But thanks so much, CZ. I really appreciate that. And thanks for all the kind words and the support. Your emails were beautiful, too, by the way. So I really appreciate that. And 1000 says here, go have a tequila. See you next time. Cheers, everyone. Yes, tequila. That sounds great. That's another drink I drink is tequila. I love tequila. How could I leave that out? Man, that's crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's all for today, folks. On that note, I really appreciate everybody joining me here in today's live stream. And, I will see you all next time, next week on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Get your questions ready, and be happy to answer them. And come on back and join me. Stay tuned. I got a bunch more videos coming up here. And, I'm working on original music, so stay tuned for all of that. And we will see you guys very shortly, very soon. And y'all take care. We'll see y'all next time.